Time we don't real. Yeah, 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 yeah. You know who I got backstage now, baby? Let this song ride out for a little bit because today's interview is gonna be the interview of all interviews. We are not playing today. I'm not friends with nobody. I like him, but I'm not friends with nobody. You gotta show me what it is. Because there's a lot of speculations going out here about you, my brother. We're gonna find out who you are today, baby. Come on. Get the lights up and turn the people to come in.
Truck to the plane, to the truck to the hotel. Maybe I go for underground ride. Presidential suite, open pie, elevator up to the room. Shower up and then we hit the club. Touchdown, now to see what's up. Area code in my phone. What numbers do I still have? Who do I know from the past? Hit one, she say she got a man. Hit another one, it goes green. Must have changed photos on the team. There was one you let me in between.
Peace. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, brother? What's going on, brother? Talk to
Let's get it in. Let's get it in. The people have questions. The people have questions. The streets are talking.
The streets was really talking, and I want to keep it honest with you, and I want to keep it honest with everybody. First of all, congratulations on hitting 1,000 subscribers today, so you should be monetized in a few days. Congratulations to that. Put up the houses, you know he's in the building, but don't put up the houses just yet. Not just yet. So it's a little, we're doing a little restructuring over here in Conversation with Kings. If you know the history of Conversation with Kings, we are a channel that promotes other channels, and we want everybody to win. But recently, you notice every time I promote somebody, that person turns on me because I don't do the vetting. I don't vet them, right? So anybody from now on that I vet, I'm going to have to put them through the interview, through the fire, right? So today, Mr. Real Estate, because of him being monetized today, I decided, we were supposed to do an interview, but I decided to push it up today because I want to make sure that Conversation with Kings, the garden, the original garden, we stop promoting fraudulent people, right? And how we do that, we ask them questions, the real questions. So once they tell us the truth, and once we do our due diligence to realize if they're real or not, then we can support them. I'm not supporting anyone else unless I have these conversations with them. And today, Mr. Real Estate, today is your day to get put in the fire, the line of fire. So before I go on, I want everybody to give me a second to give him props because he's done what only one man has done before, which is get monetized in 5 weeks. I did that and he did that, and I think he did it better than me because he actually did it without a panel like I did. So I want to give him props for that. But do I know this man? I like him, but I don't know him. I know disrespect. No disrespect, but I don't know you. I met you through YouTube, and I made that mistake. Jen many times, E Black many times, Chef many times, Juana many times, and I don't want to make that mistake again, right? So tell me about yourself. Who are you? Where did you come from? Like, just tell me, who are you? Where did you come from? Put me on. Let me know.
Hey, I come from a little town called Sacramento, California. Shout out to the Bay Area, Northern Cali. Since I was 17 years old, I've been building and scaling businesses, been an entrepreneur all my working life. And my name is Mr. Real Estate for 2 reasons. The first reason, I have an issue with authority. I can't hold my tongue. I really call out fake gurus, fugazi individuals when I see it. I've got to call a spade a spade. Right. And way back in 2014, the first fake guru that I came across, his name was J. Mr. Real Estate Morrison.
Wait, you mean that he got light, colorful eyes, handsome dude. I saw him a couple times in Harlem doing events and stuff. He even came from my hood, Brownsville, talk about real estate in a corner. You talking about the guy with the corners classes and stuff like that?
Yep.
What happened with him? He seemed like a cool dude. What happened?
I mean, he's been involved in a lot of different scandals, but when I came across him, I was a teenager, way back in 2014, and he had an academy going on. He had a course he was selling, and I bought his course. And all my real world mentors let me know, nah, this information he's teaching, this is basic. This is shit you can find on the internet for free. He's fraudulent. He's a fake guru. And I started to bang against him, like I'm banging against some of the individuals you see as of late.
Right.
And I banged against him so hard that he got a team of lawyers to send a teenager cease and desist letters. And I got the records. I got the receipts if you want me to show the receipts.
Right. No, hold on. So he had a team of lawyers go at you when you were 17, 19 years old?
I was 19 years old.
All right, so I don't want to go off the question because we want to go back to who you are bio, but if you have the receipts, you know we are the land of receipts. Pull it up, please, if you have a receipt.
Yeah, I can briefly share that receipt with you. Give me 1 second.
Thank you. Right now, we're not playing. I'm not trying to be cool with Mr. Real Estate. I like him, but I don't know him. This is our time to get to know each other because I made this mistake several times. I supported people. I promoted people who weren't who they say they were. So from now on, before you get my cosign or I line with you, I gotta vet you out. And I've been hearing a lot of shit about him, and we gotta get to the bottom of this.
What does it say? The law firm of Theorn F. Horton. Michael Lane, Sacramento, California. There's my email. Second notice of continuing infringement. This was a multitude of letters they sent to me. And what does it say here? And long story short, I'm using the hashtag. I'm infringing on who? Mr. Morrison. J. Mr. Real Estate Morrison.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Sending a teenager cease and desist letters.
So you're not lying. You're not lying about that. You're not lying about that.
So that's the first reason that my name's Mr. Real Estate. And after banging against him, knocking him down a couple pegs, in the law of the jungle, you keep what you kill.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided I ain't just gonna complain about fugazi individuals. I'm gonna be the change I want to see, so to speak.
Right.
So at 19 years old, I took his name,
right.
Mr. Real Estate, and then I got my real estate license in California.
Hold up. Stop. I'm gonna be honest with you. You got your real estate license at 19 years old?
19 years old.
I think you're bullshitting. Why do I think you're bullshitting? Don't you have to be 21 to get your license? I'm not trying to be a friend to them. I'm dead serious. I'm trying to expose you if I can expose you. If I can't, then you get my support forever, brother. Did you get your license at 19 years old?
I got my license at 19 years old.
Do you have proof?
If anybody has watched Mr. Real Estate shows, you know I come over receipts. Come on, King.
Can I see it, please?
I got you. Hold on. Give me just a second here. 19 years old.
And she said, somebody said, in what state? And thank you, Matthew, for the birthday cash app yesterday.
I said earlier that I'm from Sacramento, California, so the state was California.
Okay, we have to see those receipts, please.
Oh, I got you.
Listen, people, like I said, once again, I'm no longer supporting people if I have not vetted you or put you through the fire. If you want me to support you or post your stuff up on my channel, I have to know because I'm tired of supporting people and later on shit come up about them and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Or they turn their back on me.
I got naysayers, I got detractors, I got people trying to expose me. What were y'all doing at 19 years old when I got a fucking real estate license?
Right.
Here's the receipts.
Let me see the receipts, y'all. Let me know. If y'all know about real estate, let me know. Somebody said 18, at least 18 years old in many states. Okay, let me see.
What's it say? Salesperson. Lane Michael, Roseville, California, which is a suburb, a very nice suburb of Sacramento, California.
Right.
This was my license number. This was the date it expires, and this was the date it was issued, October 22nd, 2014. My birthday is October 4th, 1994. So what age was I when I got my real estate license?
Wow. No
disciplinary actions, no former names, no public comments. I had my license for 4 years and allowed it to expire after 4 years because I started becoming an investor, and you don't need a real estate license to be an investor.
Wow. Okay, listen, you don't need that. Trust me, because I'm one. Wow. All right. We have a lot of questions. I've been getting a lot of questions about you. I actually reached out to a couple of people. And so some of the questions are going to throw you off guard, but I really want you to answer these questions and be honest. I'd rather you tell Conversation with King, the channel, and the garden of truth. So moving forward, we can support you in all your endeavors because you are monetized now. I'm no longer supporting people without vetting them. All right. So let's make sure this okay. So allegations. People say you're Mormon. Why do they say you're Mormon? Because you just clearly say you're from Sacramento. So why is this Mormon? Does that mean you have multiple wives? What's going on with that? Then we have, that's going to lead into questions about who is your wife, who is your baby mom, or do you have a girlfriend, blah, 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 what race she is. It's going to be a whole bunch of questions, but let's talk about who are you? When I say who are you a black man? Do you identify yourself as a black man or the black community? Because a lot of people don't identify themselves as the black community like Anton. He says, no, he's not a part of that community. And he has the right to say that, right? I always say he has the right to say, but who do you identify yourself as?
It's very tricky. There's a lot of terminology I don't agree with. I sure as hell, as much as this is gonna trigger some people, I like to stay away from the word black. I
Right,
believe that we are not a damn crayon. I
right.
believe that our people are multicultural. We have much more to our history. So the only thing that I can associate with that y'all might at least understand when I say it to y'all is I would consider myself a foundational Black American.
Mm,
What that means is not only am I a so-called black man, a so-called African American, but I am also native. I am indigenous to these lands. I have federal tribal citizenship from my tribe, the Muskegee Creek Nation in Oklahoma. So
wow.
not only am I a quote unquote black man, but I am a Native American man, and I am also German on my mother's side.
I respect that. I respect that. So what the fuck did Mormon come from?
I think where Mormon comes from is when you're trying to throw shit at the wall and pray
Right.
that something sticks,
Mm-hmm.
you just got to come up with shit. So
Right.
if you're trying to clickbait, I mean, honestly, I'm sad because I feel like a superhero who was given a D-list, fuck a D-list, an F-list supervillain as my opposition, as my arch nemesis, and it's like, can't y'all do better? I mean,
Right.
if you want to clickbait, if you want to just create a crafty title, you should have called me a fucking Scientologist scammer. That sounds more salacious, right?
Right. Right. So Mormon, you're not a Mormon. You identify with any religion at all.
I would say
But you
that
say Native American, so it might be something tribal.
I would say that I am spiritual, not religious. I have participated in their Native American ceremonies, peyote, wechuma ceremonies. I pray to my ancestors. I pray to the Orishas. So,
Right.
I mean, I have a spiritual system that I interface with, but no, I am not a Christian. No, I am not a Mormon. No, I am not a Scientologist. No, I am not none of this mainstream religious sect that most people identify with. But I do maintain my spirituality.
All right. So I'm glad you said that. So we get into the point. At 19, you got your real estate license. At 19, you took the name of real estate, Mr. Real Estate, because you devoured a guru, a fake guru at the time called Jay Morrison. So you are what you kill. So does that make me a cheating wife because I killed Juana? I destroyed Juana. That makes me. I turned into a cheating wife. So I changed my name to King Cheetah.
Oh
But,
man, maybe.
but
Hey, kind of has a ring to it.
King Cheetah, I like that.
King Cheetah.
Question: the biggest issue that I had, and no disrespect to him because we don't want to bring him up. There's this guy, this corrupt Christian on his own channel, is constantly saying that you are. He constantly makes fun of you, and he constantly makes fun of your heritage. And based on what you just said, you are Black, Native American, and part German. And he put a picture of your father up, which was a red-haired white man. So that's why I asked the question, who are you? What are you? Because you do have a lot of information and stories and data from the African diaspora.
Mhm.
Is your father white?
No, my father is not white.
He's not white. So who the fuck did he put up there?
Like I said, when people are throwing shit at the wall and hoping something sticks, just like they come up with shit like Mormon, they come up with shit like, oh, your daddy's white, so you can't talk about foundational Black American. It's jealousy. It's
Right,
jealousy because I'm not a one trick pony. I don't just do smoke shows. I don't just expose fake gurus. I also have a segment called Connecting the Diaspora where we talk about so called Black issues on a global scale, internationally.
right,
And that makes these individuals mad. They see I'm multi-talented, it makes them upset.
right, right. But what does your father have to do with this? Why would somebody even put your father in part of it?
Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say Mr. Real Estate's father is white.
Yes.
Clearly, that would mean my mother would have to be black, since I'm not a full-on white man. So,
Right.
still, what does that matter? Oh, it's a deflection. It's a deflection because I've been exposing your cult leader so vigorously
Right.
with such contempt.
Right.
I am dragging his public value down so low, but they have to try to discredit me any way they can. What
Hold
dirt
up. I don't want to beat around the bush. I want to get straight to the issue, and I want you to stick to the question.
Okay.
And the question is your father white, and do you have any receipts to prove that, or is that an intrusive question?
Mr. Real Estate is as transparent can be, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
If these people are fake, I want to be the opposite. So any question that you got, I'm transparent. Let me share. So hold on. Let me go to Google Photos real quick and see if I can pull up a couple photos of me and my father. Oh, wait. And when I pull up a picture of this man who's not white, you're going to actually see me and my family in the photos. You're not just going to see a random photo of a white man and then claim that. Yeah. So hold on. Let me see if I can find something here. You know what? Here we go. Exhibit A. Let me see if this one's to share properly. Here's a picture. There's Mr. Real Estate.
Wow.
There's my stepmother, who's also black,
Wow.
and there's my father,
You
who's
look just like your father too.
clearly a black man.
You look just like your father, for real. Wow.
Many people say I look just like my father. Yeah.
Yes.
There's my cousin, who's also black, so it looks like I got a black friend. It looks like my cookout looks just like y'all's cookout, right?
Right. Right.
And wait, there's more. There's more. Hold on.
Okay, there's more.
Let me see if I can provide some more photographic evidence for the naysayers out there. Here's another picture on the plane. Here we go. I caught Pop slacking. He was sleeping. I got him. Yeah. Does he look similar to me?
That's twins.
Does this look like my father or not?
That's twins.
Or is my father some ginger hair white man?
And see, this is not funny because to me, I take it a little bit seriously because everybody knows my relationship with my father, and I take that a little bit seriously. And for people to play with the image of your father, who is a black man, especially when that person is from the Bay Area as well, that's kind of corny, right? It's kind of corny. And also, to be honest with you, I want to say I always liked your energy and stuff like that, but I'm starting to know who you are, and I think Conversations King is starting to know who you are. And to me, look at the crowd. The crowd is like, I'm glad you're educated. I didn't think you had to show your real father, but you honest, Mr. MRE. Because listen, yes, he has to. You know why he has to? Because I'm tired, sick and tired of supporting people who are not real. Anybody that comes on my show, I will put them through the fire, and I will make sure that they're telling the truth. Because I can't support these people anymore. I was supporting an atheist. I was supporting a corrupt Christian. I was supporting people that are not real, who are struggling in real life. Struggling. So now we finally got someone real that's going to lead the movement. We finally have a real freedom fighter that's going to lead the movement. So we as a people have to vet. Everybody says I don't vet enough. I'm vetting right now. And so far, he hasn't been lying. But don't keep in mind, I got some more questions that might fuck him up. So it's not over with yet. So hold on, bear with me. I got some questions for you. There's been a lot of speculation, a lot of receipts that you are a criminal. I'm not sure about these receipts, how real they are, because the same person that lied about me put these receipts up. I never had the chance to look up these receipts until recently. And I don't want to support anybody that I don't know and that we didn't do a thorough vetting process with. I'm going to ask you one time, and only one time only. Have you ever been arrested and convicted of a crime? Have you ever been a scammer of any sort? Because I have been arrested and convicted and served and have restitution for something I did to Columbia University for millions of dollars. I have regret about it, but I never stole from people. I stole from institutions, but it doesn't justify it. It was wrong. I came back and I live a better life than I lived before. I want to make sure if you did do that, it's never too late to admit it right now. Come out and forever hold your peace, because I'm not here to punish anybody, but I don't want to be around somebody that's not telling the truth. Have you ever been arrested or convicted of a crime? Seriously, lay it out right now and forever hold your peace.
I have been arrested once in my life 2 years ago, never convicted of a crime, no criminal convictions on my record.
Why is that? Because he said it was pending, but he also said, why is it that you were arrested? Do you mind talking about it?
Now, these things are still active, so I can't speak on them too much. But
Right.
what I can say is that I rented a dwelling from a landlord.
Right.
The landlord took their life. Right after my landlord took their life, their family comes from out of town to try to move in
Right.
and get me to move out. They try to evict me. They try to go through a lengthy court eviction process. They lose. I win. They have to give me several thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So afterwards, these scorned individuals claimed that I took certain items from the property. They claimed that when I move out, certain items that didn't belong to me were taken. And that's why I was arrested for about 30 minutes, immediately released. And the only reason we say pending is because, unfortunately, my attorneys have not been able to settle this matter in a speedy way due to COVID. C-19 got everything all fucked up.
Right.
Otherwise, this would have already been settled, swept away. So when people throw out these things, I mean, I'm as transparent as you can be. Yes, I've been arrested. Yes, I've been accused. Have I been convicted? Have I ever got to see my day in court? No. So what happened to democracy? What happened to the law of the land being innocent until proven guilty? I mean, you guys idolize, pedestalize individuals that are known convicted criminals. You listen to them in your music, you watch them on TV. Your uncles, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins probably got record. And Mr. Real Estate was I'm living out here in racist Oregon, have a disagreement with some white folks. So I get accused of some shit, and now I'm a criminal? Oh boy, okay. All right.
Also, so one thing too, we're gonna answer questions, and also Darrell, we're gonna drop the link, but we want to do the interview with him first. So we got a few more questions, and then we're gonna pull up. You could definitely come with Darrell. You know your family.
And if I may, I see a.
Yeah, I'm gonna see that. Why is he renting?
Because if you've been in real estate investing long enough,
Yeah.
you know that you live where you rent. You purchase investments, you rent out the properties you acquire. But as far as where I live, I'm gonna rent. I've been in Oregon for 2 years. I'm probably gonna go move to Florida for a couple years. I bounce around. So why would I buy a property to live there when I'm not gonna be there for 30 years? I buy, I rehab, I rent it out, I refinance, and then I rinse and repeat, because that's the game of Monopoly.
Right, and this is why when people say,
and also, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get on a real estate tangent, but right now the market is severely overvalued. So why would anybody be buying?
Right.
Why would it? Come on.
Right. So with that being said, and Mr. TB, who is family, agree with you, and that's why a lot of people say, "Yo, King, why do you rent out 5,000 duplex in New York City?
I'm on the West Coast, you on the East Coast.
Right.
We got to move different.
Yeah. Very expensive." So what happens is, I do that, but no one asks me. I don't believe in purchasing or owning a place you live, right? I believe in owning investment property. That's what I do, right? That's what I do. That's just mine. Everybody's belief is different. And remember, I don't have a family, right? I don't want to buy a house and all of a sudden I marry somebody in Cali and I got to worry about selling it, and nobody's selling it because, once again, due to inflation, everything is overpriced. Nobody's going to buy my house for me. So, but I do own buildings. Yeah, I know this. You can look through it. You can look it up. Shout out to everybody. But we are going to keep this focus on Mr. Real Estate right now. He's been honest with us. No holds barred. Feel free to ask any questions. This is not supposed to be a nice interview. This is supposed to be a vetting process. This is a vetting process. We're not going to continue to support people that turn their back on us. We're not going to support people that's not real or who have no substance. Clearly, this man is on a path to greatness, but I still want to know who he is. So, Mr. Real Estate, we talked about who you are. We talked about your claim to fame and how you got on YouTube. We talked about your family, and you were very candid about that. We also talked about why people are saying that you have a criminal record, right? I want to talk about, and it kind of leads to what Chris is saying. I want to talk about the speculation that you're clout chasing. A lot of people say you're clout chasing. You're using Anton Daniels' name and Lapeef Network. The way I was using it, I used it this way because, I just wanted to get back at them for whatever. But they say you've been doing this and just to get attention. Is there any real issue between you, Lapeef, and Anton, or you're just clout chasing, just to be clout chasing, just to get on? Because now you're monetized now. Now you don't have to do it anymore. You don't have to, right? So what is the reason?
You know what? I think I can show you better than I can tell you. Would you mind if I share my screen again?
Yes, please.
All right, there we go. So here's my channel. As you can clearly see, I run three different programs. One of the programs, just one of them, one of three, is Who Watches the Watchmen, where I expose these fake gurus that I actually do have a personal history with that I'll get into in just a moment. I also do the real estate and finance streams, and I also do the connecting the diaspora. But if you look at my video uploads right here, and if we sort by oldest, let's see what content Mr. Real Estate has been creating since day one. Oh, what I did to achieve success as a 19-year-old realtor. How in my first deal I made $26,000. Come learn from my mistakes. More real estate content, inflation content, women are the table, prove me wrong. How I got my first millionaire client, African diaspora topics. Nothing about Anton Daniels, the lead attorney. Nothing about any of these. I wonder why. And we still go down. And it's not until a month ago I do this video. Anton Daniels show says teens should pay for prostitutes. And actually, I went back and I changed the title. The title was originally Jonathan Barronville says teens should buy prostitutes. And I did a live reaction to a conversation I had with Jonathan Barronville on the Anton Daniels show where he said teens should buy hoes. And when I did that live reaction, Anton Daniels came on my show and threatened me, said he would flag my channel. I'm sure you guys have seen the receipts I've played. And then guess what? I was live streaming on the side of a mountain. Look at me over here snowboarding on the side of a mountain.
Right.
And what happened? People got in my chat and said, the lead attorney is talking about you, Mr. Real Estate. Go over to his channel. I was live streaming snowboarding, living my best life. And I go to the lead attorney's channel and he's throwing shade at me, saying I'm just a nobody with 100 subs. I'm trying to take down a pillar of the community, yada, yada, yada. He called Jonathan Barronville a fucking pillar of the community. How dare he? So now the lead attorney's on my radar. And mind you, I was a follower, a supporter. I paid for his
Wait,
Patreon.
hold on. You actually was a follower and supporter of the lead attorney? Why?
One of the first videos on my YouTube channel is
The
why
lead
did
attorney,
Mr.
sorry.
Hold on. And let me see if I can find it for you real quick. Here we go. Why did Mr. Real Estate start a YouTube channel? An interview I did with Suzette Speaks. And I tell everybody that I was sick. I live with a chronic illness. And I had just recently done the year-over-year reviews for my business I run. It was December, like Christmas when this happened, right? And I was sick in the hospital and I did the numbers and I realized that in my business, I increased my annual revenue by over 200%. And at the same time, I'm watching the lead attorney and he's talking about how he's making 50,000 a month on YouTube and YouTube can be a business and yada, yada, yada. So he inspired me. He motivated me to start a YouTube channel because I know in the realm of business, I kill it. Everything I touch turns to gold. So I know at the YouTube game, I'm probably going to kill it too. So I paid for his Patreon. I've had private mastermind groups with him with just me and several other people. I spoke to him several times. So for him to shade me like that, disrespect me like that, and also big up a man who is telling teenagers to buy hookers, which is illegal, and he's an attorney, I was like, hold on, some shit ain't sitting right here. This whole Negro manosphere, so something ain't smelling right.
Mm, mm. So with that, so you're not a person that just, if you were clout chasing, that means you would have been, you just made him your enemy just to get some attention and subscribers, but you actually supported this guy.
If I was clout chasing, I would have never spoken to Anton Daniels. He would have
Right,
never came on my show. The lead
right,
attorney would. I would just be throwing shade at these people, kind of like how the lead attorney does with Tasha K, kind of like how the lead attorney does with Neek at Night. So when I
right,
see hypocrisy, I call hypocrisy out. These
right,
people are in leadership positions
right,
and they're acting like some fucking children, and that don't sit right with me at
right,
all.
right. So this is what I'm saying. You couldn't be clout chasing. You just found out the people that you once inspired you aren't who they say they were. And this is why I said we need to have these vetting process, right?
I was at the cookout. I was hanging at the cookout. I was friends with everybody. It was gravy. We at the cookout having fun, music blasting. I go to get some Kool-Aid, and right before I drink the Kool-Aid, I realize, hold on, this ain't a cookout. This is a fucking Negro Manosphere Illuminati cult, multi-level marketing scheme.
Wow.
And I said, hold up. Fuck all you niggas. I'm spraying. And now we're here where we're at today.
Right. Okay. So we understand how you got into beef with Anton because he came to show and you embarrassed him, literally embarrassed him on your show when you try to defend Jonathan Betaville. Sorry. Then we understand why you have an issue with the lady attorney. I'm sorry, the lead attorney, right? What the hell is your problem with the Beef Network? It's not like you got kicked off like I did. It's like, what the fuck is your issue with them?
Before everything happened with the lead attorney, Anton, all that shit, I came across the Lapeef Network and I watched one of their streams for about 5 minutes. The reason I clicked the stream, the reason why I watched, was probably the same reason many of you guys clicked on a Lapeef stream for the first time. Think of it, it's called the Lapeef Network. You see a bunch of black folks up there. When do we have representation in media? When do we have an all-black network? I was like, hold on, what is this? And they seem to be talking about something thought-provoking. They seem to be having a deep discussion. So I click, I tune in, and what do I see? A modern-day blaxploitation minstrel show. Niggas arguing, whining, middle-aged people acting like fucking coons and buffoons. And I even reached out to some of my homies who are content creators, and I said, hey, have y'all watched the Lapeef Network? And they're like, yeah, they're really big. We we know Lapeef Network. And I said, what the fuck is going on? Are these people enemies? Are these people friends? And they said, no, they're all best friends. I said, so are they doing this shit is this for views? This shit is, after watching 5 minutes, I had a bad taste in my mouth and I had to click off. And that was my first introduction into Lapeef. So later on, when Anton disrespects me, when the lead attorney disrespects me, and I start connecting the dots and seeing all these people are interconnected, and the Lapeef network is kind of at the top in the mid-level of this pyramid scheme. And when you look at their content, when they have stupid racist bitches like Amira come up, who on their platform say we need to go back to Hudson, Africa, and Native Americans were just TP people warring with each other. When they have racist people up, when Anton acts like a fucking Uncle Ruckus coon saying the Black Panthers are trash and black culture is trash, meanwhile he live streams with fucking Nike tennis shoes in the background in a Versace robe from Alibaba, but you want to say black culture is trash. So when I see shit like this, it fucking irks me that people in leadership positions, people with the following, don't have checks and balances. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to have to call a spade a spade.
Mm, mm. You know, it's funny because we have the same kind of gripes with Anton. I respect his hustle, but I do think he's not real. I tell you that he's not who he says he is, at least comparison to people like me. But once again, he's a smooth talker, and that's the way he supports his family. More props to him. But what happens is you're new. You've been in the YouTube game literally a little over a month, probably 5 to 6 weeks. You're monetized now. With that comes a lot of responsibility. You have a lot of enemies now. And when I say enemies, you have this group of people that have minions that are coming for your neck. And they continue to devalue who you are because of some of the shows you have, right? Connecting the diaspora, right? And watching who watches The Watchmen? One of the things they've been saying about you, actually 2 things. Your father's white, and you just proved that. They've been talking about your baby mama. They've been saying, is your baby mama white? And I know you don't care, and I really don't care. Everybody knows I talk to black, white, Asian women. And for the sake of the black woman on my channel who care about that, is that too intrusive to ask you, is your baby mama white? And why, if she was, why the fuck do they care?
Again, if I'm gonna play devil's advocate, like you said, why does it care? But if I'm just gonna get straight to the point and answer the question, yes, my baby mama's white, and my girlfriend's Jewish, and my Cadillac's black. I mean, I'll pull up a picture of my family. Right? I don't give a fuck. I show receipts on everything. Hold up here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. As if it matters. As if this takes away from talk about a deflection.
Right. Let me
talk about a deflection.
Right.
On top is the baby mama,
Mm-hmm.
and there's Mr. Real Estate,
Right.
and there's my little toddler. Yes,
Beautiful.
my baby
Beautiful.
mama's white. Sue me, kill me, burn me at the cross.
Right.
Come on.
Right. So I want to say something for real, and this is the realest thing ever. I believe in love, and I believe that when you identify with who you love, it doesn't matter who she is. What I respect about you is that you're not afraid to say, "This is who I am. I'm a black man. I'm a Native American man. I have a Jewish wife, and I have a beautiful son."
Wait. I don't have a Jew. I said I was dating a Jew.
Oh, you were dating. Sorry.
Yeah, no, Miss Real Estate is single and ready to mingle. I was just saying.
Okay, so ladies,
I was dating a Jewish woman. The baby mama's. I like who I like, people. I like.
Right. So his baby mama is Jewish, but he's single, ready to mingle. And so what the deal is, I want everybody to understand something.
No, he got it all mixed up. The baby mama's white.
Yeah.
The last girlfriend was Jewish. I just cut her loose like last week.
Oh shoot. Oh, that's fairly recent.
We on to begin, you know.
Hold on. The baby mama's white. The last
girl was Jewish. I'm just saying, I like who I like, and
you
I'm
like what you like. So here's my thing. Here's my thing. My thing is this. Who gives a flying fuck? Does that make you less of a black man?
Apparently, I shouldn't be allowed to create content.
But they could do. But see, I made a mistake. I did a show. I used to
it's a sad day in America.
What happened?
Oh, my F-list arch nemesis just quit. He threw in the towel. He ended his. The lack of stem. The guy who can't read, hooked on fire.
Read it, Ernest.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, guys, I'm a little bit petty. So while we've been doing this, I've been monitoring to see who has the bigger stream. And the whole time it's been us. And the last time I went to do a check, it said stream ended 38 seconds ago. Oh.
He started, what time he started?
Like 15 minutes before us or 10 minutes before us? I don't
know.
So
he started 7:30 and he ended Eblanix.
Oh, poor baby.
How much he had? Like 40 people, 30 people?
No. At one time he even got up to 60, but the whole time our numbers were greater than his. And Mr. Real Estate plays chess, not checkers. So, you know, the lead attorney taught me well. I told you he was my digital mentor. He was my sensei, and he said, "Mr. Real Estate, YouTube beef is good, but don't beef with no one smaller than you, because you have everything to lose and nothing to gain.
Yeah.
Beef with people that are bigger than you, because then you got something to gain and nothing to lose." Well, guess what? These motherfuckers came on my doorstep, tried to bully me, and brought beef to my door, and they didn't know that I was the wrong motherfucker.
Look at Sugar Bum hates on everybody, and she gave you props. Sugar Boo hates on everybody, but she gave you props.
I love black women. My twin sister is black. My little sister is black. My stepmother is black. Hey, I'm out here in Oregon. There's not a lot of sisters out here. If I was out in Miami or something, if I was out there, if I went to an HBCU or something, my baby mama would be black for sure. Come on.
Proximity. But listen, check this out. You really doing your thing, brother, and I appreciate you for that. I love the fact that you're being transparent about who you are. I love the fact that you're not afraid to show my audience who's dear to you, who's in your network, who's in your family. This is very personal information, and I want to say thank you, because for me to continue to support you, I feel that I needed this. The same way if people wonder why I support Darrell, because Darrell always showed me the truth about where he was. as a man. So I support the real. No matter what he does, I'm always going to support him. A lot of people live in these shadows, and I appreciate you for telling me that. If you don't mind, I would like to ask you some more questions, and it might get deeper. Let me know if at any time you feel uncomfortable with these questions. The first question, the deep question I want to ask you is, what is the end goal for YouTube? You seem like you're kind of like me, where we don't need to do this to earn a living. Actually, this takes away time from me actually making more money, right? But what is your end goal with YouTube? And do you see yourself continue to go to war with Lapeef or Anton, or is it just that you go to war with anybody that resemble their ways or their behavior?
Well, first and foremost, you are right. This takes away from real world business, real world opportunities, real world money. My pocket's been hurting since I started my YouTube channel. Do you know how many hours it takes to edit, to do these streams? So come on now.
Right.
So my end goal is, I've got my second channel, Michael Lane Jr., where I do behind the scenes Mr. Real Estate footage. And I'm also going to be slowly transitioning all of my real estate and finance content to my Michael Lane Jr. channel.
Okay.
On the Mr.
Everybody put up his page, please.
Yeah. And now on the Mr. Real Estate channel, I don't know if you guys are familiar with CoffeeZilla, Spencer Cornelia, people like this, but these are individuals who expose fake gurus, kind of cover pyramid schemes, cults. They basically are like, if you've ever watched the television show American Greed, we kind of cover the scams, the schemes, things of that nature. So I'm not just solely aiming at Lapeef. I'm a nerd. I'm a Marvel fan. Think about it like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They move in phases. We're just in phase 1, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to stay on Anton, the Lapeef network, the Negro manosphere as a whole, until they burn to a degree that I'm satisfied with. And then we're on to phase 2 and widening the circle. The next stream I do, I think it's going to be on Nature Boy. I don't know if y'all familiar with that cult Negro Nature Boy. I think I might do something on there. Hey, we might have to talk about Umar Johnson. He still ain't built a school.
I got to talk to you about him.
Some people had children that were babies, graduated high school, and he still ain't built the school. So there's plenty of individuals that are fraudulent for Mr. Real Estate to take a critical look at.
I like Dr. Umar, but then I'm looking at the data. He sounds good on certain things, but you're right. Did you build a school yet? Right? Like me, I keep on saying I have property and I use rental income to give scholarships. If you go online, if you do your research, I do have scholarships. I do have a partnership with New York City Public Housing Authority. I have a partnership with CUNY, City University of New York. People need to have receipts and proof, or the community, we can't do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish up these questions, and let me know if you want anybody up. Because I want to focus on you right now. Like I said, Darrell, we're trying to bring you up. We just want to get through this though, because this interview is for is us vetting him. Like I said, we vetted you. You always proved yourself. Now we got to vet Mr. Real Estate so we can support him moving forward. Because we have supported a lot of people that turn their back on us, and I don't appreciate that shit. I don't. So Queen Nita, thank you for that.
So as far as the direction of my channel, the Real Estate channel is going to focus in on exposing people, not just the Lapeef network, but it's going to be many people, big and small, white people, Asian people. It's going to be many people. I'm not just focusing on these individuals. Long story short.
Right. So I want to ask you a question, and please don't take it the wrong way. Do you feel like you've been hard on these people? You've been saying things about their wives. You've been saying things about their who they are as men, questioning their sexuality. Do you feel like it's entertainment, or we're gonna know you for being disrespectful?
If anyone feels I'm being disrespectful, if anyone feels that I speak in poor taste, then that's just their opinion. But at the end of the day, everything I say, I stand on it. I feel that if you're a public figure, then everything is fair game. The only thing that's off limits is women and children. But if you put your queen on the chessboard, you can get your queen knocked off the chessboard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the way I move. That's my morals as a man.
Out the hood.
And at the end of the day, when I make my jokes, yes, you guys know I can be funny, I can be comedic, but it's still rooted in fact. It's still rooted in truth. So I would never say something just trying to be an asshole. I would never make a video about someone just trying to slander them. I always bring receipts. I always play clips. I always show y'all exactly why I feel the way I feel.
Let me ask you a question. And this is one of the things, the oaths that I'm going to start asking people to take. If they could, if I continue to support them, which is, if at any time I become fraudulent, would you expose me?
Absolutely. Nobody is beyond reproach. And actually, I wouldn't
Say that.
say
Wait. No
expose.
one's beyond what?
No one's beyond reproach.
Thank you.
Not
Tell
even
Steph
me.
that.
Not
Tell
even me.
Steph that.
Come on. Everybody can. If y'all find out Mr. Real Estate was doing one thing, saying one thing, but living another. If I mean, come on. So when people try to say I'm a scammer, what am I trying to sell you? Do I have a $550 live streaming course to sell you? Am I trying to sell you a real estate course? Am I telling you buy my Patreon? Or am I just spending many hours sacrificing time from my business and my own pockets to entertain y'all and provide you with some value?
Right. Right. Question. Do you plan on associating with any other networks or channels with where you're going?
Well, real quick before I answer that, I almost forgot my thought on exposing even people like you. I wouldn't say expose. I would say if I ever found some receipts, I would at least ask you about it first. I
Right.
would ask you behind the scenes about it first. And if you're moving fugazi, if you're not going to be transparent with the people, then yeah, you're going to get just like how you bringing me up here to the public square where
Yes.
people either going to say yes he lives or no he dies. I mean,
That's it.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Hmm.
Do you want to make money off of YouTube? Do you want to get richer for YouTube? Richer off of YouTube?
Absolutely. Right now, I'm in the process of scaling my business and selling it. I want to go full time into content creation, not just with the Mr. Real Estate channel, but my second channel. I'm a very creative person. I come from showbiz, from entertainment, and this is what I want to do for a living full time. I'm not stopping until I get a million views, or not a million views, until a million subscribers, and then I'm still going up from there. So this is just the beginning.
And I respect that. And I respect that so much. Because I said that in the beginning. I said I'm all about this, getting monetized and getting the money. And everybody told me I was being greedy and whatever. Mr. Real Estate, I'm going to be honest with you. When I started this, I started getting a lot of girls, a lot more girls and groupies and stuff like that. I don't want to say groupies, but flowers, right? Or flowers that like me, right? And I actually picked the wrong ones to like and entertain, right? I don't want to jump into your business. But how the DMs looking, bro? How the DMs looking, bro?
I tell people all the time. I tell people.
How the DMs looking, bro? Don't be like me. Go after the girls. So keep it cool.
Listen. When I do my real estate streams, I drop my Instagram and I say, if you have any real estate questions, if you want to consult with me one-on-one, free of charge, hit me up on Instagram, Mr. Real Estate _916. When I do my Who Watches the Watchmen programs, I say, hey, if you know any fraudulent people, slide in my DM, send me receipts, Mr. Real Estate _916. For some reason, about 80% of the people slide in my DMs are women, and they all tend to have the same question they ask. I don't know if they're all reading from the same playbook. I don't know if there's like a woman sphere that's giving them like talking points, but they always say some about how they think I'm so attractive. They like the way I talk, and then they ask if I'm a traveling man, i.e., will I slide to a city near you and make it do what it do? And I'm like, damn, yeah, they coming at your boy. They coming. Hey, I don't got the time for it. If you don't live on the West Coast, it can't happen. It can't happen. I'm sorry.
Right. All right. You kept it real. You kept it real. You kept it real. But you might go back to your lady.
Oh no, that ship has sailed. You either find a woman who's on your program or you keep it pushing.
Okay, do you subscribe? And I asked that question to lead to a bridge question. Everybody knows me. I go down this rabbit hole. So you got people checking on your DMs. So do you subscribe to the manosphere, red pill, blue pill ideologies?
I follow the Bruce Lee philosophy. Take what is useful, discard what is not. I watch Kevin Samuels. He helped me with my fashion. He helped me with my fragrance. I watch some other stuff. I take some good stuff here and there. But the
Mhm.
manosphere as a whole is filled with middle-aged men who've been
Mhm.
hurt by women all their life, who were never cool, never had the it factor,
Right.
and now they all got MacBooks and YouTube channels, and they want to try to lead young, impressionable men who've also been recently hurt by women. So no, I think the manosphere as a whole is doing more harm than it is doing good. But some of their points are correct.
Let me ask you a question. TBE asks, TB Trucking says, do you just flip homes?
In the past, when I first got started, especially since when I got my license, it was still kind of coming off of the '08
Mhm.
recession.
Mhm.
Most of my first investments were fix and flips. Right now, I don't actually hold any property. Right before I was about to start buying some property out here in the Portland metro area, guess what happened? C19, and then the property values just went through the roof. So
Mhm.
right now, I'm improving my income, my different streams of revenue. I'm building
Mhm.
a financial moat. I'm increasing my emergency fund, especially with everything that's going on in the world.
Right.
And when things come down a bit, when there's another recession or a depression or something,
Right.
then I'm gonna go out there and start buying some property.
Right. You know, it's funny because there is a lot of things going on in China. It's going to be a global supply chain issue with China because they just shut it down. Like they shut down the third largest port in China. So be ready for that, people. And I believe you, prices in Portland or Oregon, wherever you at, they did go up because a lot of people moved out the city to go to places like that because of C19. And that's well, I definitely believe you on that. He's not lying. That's the honest truth. Um, Question: is there any way for you to ever be or make amends with Anton, TLA, Lapeef?
I would maybe consider it if they apologized and I felt that it was a sincere apology, then I would consider it. But
Right,
other than that,
because honestly, I think Anton was just trying to defend Jonathan Barronville, and it went out of hand. I think, and so he's collateral damage for jumping up for a dummy that promotes prostitution, right? Sex workers for little kids, which is fucking stupid. Lapeef and the rest of them, I don't like any of them really. I don't care too much for them. But you know, I don't want you to be pigeonholed like me or blackball like me. I want you to be great. So you don't need them, but I just want to see if you ever make amends with them. No.
for the sake of entertainment, maybe I would team up with them and we would have a public discussion.
Right.
But other than that, make amends, no.
Wouldn't that be some shit
Uh,
though? Me, you against Anton, TLA, and Lapeef. You feel me? Like a
here's the
real straight
thing.
up like, what's
Here's
the
the
issue?
thing. I come from politics. I've worked on senators' campaigns. I come
I
from
see
speech and
that.
debate, so I know how to make this shit work. But they won't make it work. We could easily make it work because when Jonathan Barronville came on my show to defend himself, you know what I did? I told him come up. I started a fucking timer for 2 minutes, and he spoke for 2 minutes. And when he was done, I spoke for 2 minutes, and then we went back and forth, and that's how you have a civil discussion and air out your disagreements, and the people can still get good content. So if they were willing to do something like that, fair and moderate, then sure we can have a discussion. But other than that, I mean, they've been doing so much fuck shit. I think if anything, they're gonna double down on the fuck shit.
Right.
They've been lining their pockets with the fuck shit. It's been boosting their egos. They
Right.
aren't gonna stop.
Right. So let me say something to Robin Robertson. Since you're an avatar, we don't know who you are. Dr. Hood could do what the fuck he wants to do. He's his own man, and we respect him. If he wants to go over there, he could go over there. He could come over here and do what he wants to do. He doesn't have to pick sides. We don't want you to pick sides. We just want,
Hey. The Bloods over there.
right.
The Crips over there. 63rd over there. We ain't from 63rd, but if you're a fucking civilian, you can go
Right.
wherever you want to.
Right. Like he don't have to pick no fucking sides. And then when he laughing over there, he's probably laughing at them. He's not laughing with them. You don't know why he laughed. You should ask him why he was laughing instead of accusing him. But you know, I'm just saying, you over here too. You feel me? You over here too. Don't mess with him. You see, thank you, Dr. Hud.
I don't care if you're a supporter or a detractor, as long as you watching.
That's it. He said Jonathan Barronville is the patron saint of the incels. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They hit the like button. Hit the like button. You know, I know you have to go. I know we have a set time, right? So you have because you're busy. You have like we have you till what 9? or
No, you know what? I don't necessarily have to go. I just need to get out of the office. I typically shut the office down a little bit early on Sundays.
right,
So I would just switch to my phone and take
right,
my camera off, but I
right.
can still
Yeah.
rock with you guys, answer any questions that the audience has for me. Go from
Okay.
there.
All right. We just want to make sure that. Um. So
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 how about if there's a couple more questions you have,
right,
let's do a quick rapid round, and then we'll take a quick commercial break for like 2 minutes, and I'll
right.
switch onto my phone.
Okay. Perfect. So question for you. Quick. Several questions. One. Do you ever plan on getting married? Rapid round. Rapid
No,
round. Come on.
no,
Good question. No.
no,
Why?
no. I don't believe in the institution that is marriage. I don't believe you should lock yourself to a contract supposedly for the rest of your life. Yet most people don't even date for more than 2, 3 years. So I would have to be with a woman for 7, 8, 9, 10 years in order to be able to sign off for the rest of my life, right? I mean, it just doesn't make sense as a man,
All right.
especially nowadays. Yeah.
All right. Two. Do you believe in polygamy or monogamy?
Mm, I can understand polygamy. I can get how, especially as a man who doesn't want to have multiple children and feel like a king and stuff. But I can't. I'm too. I'm not possessive, but I'm like, if you mind, you mind. I ain't sharing. We ain't sharing. I ain't really into like, if it's your business, if that's what you do. I respect it. But for me, I've never participated in polygamy. I'm not into, especially out here on the West Coast. It's liberal, so I run into women all the time who are like, "Oh, I got another dude, but he let me do this, and I can be with you." And I'm like, that sounds like a recipe for fucking STDs. Nah, I'm good. Nah,
If there's any country you will ever live in besides America, what would that country be?
Africa or the
Country?
Caribbean.
I said country, not continent.
Oh
Country.
damn, I'm an idiot. See, I'm over here talking about connecting the
Let me
diaspora.
say
My
that
dumb
because
ass
I'm
just called.
African. I'm
My dumb
African.
ass just called Africa again.
Yeah.
Well, see, I would pick a country in Africa. I don't know
Okay.
which one yet because I haven't yet traveled to Africa. But yeah, I would just have to say a country on the continent of Africa or a Caribbean country like a Jamaica or something. You know.
Okay. If who is your ideal leader that you would love to emulate?
The okay, so I don't really have leaders like that. I don't really have people that I aspire. It's a very limited amount of people. I would have to say Martin Luther King Jr., um, Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton. Um, I respect a lot of the work Tariq Nasheed has done, Kanye West, and Dolomite, aka Rudy Ray Moore.
Okay. Who's your ideal woman, that celebrity that we might know that you consider the staple for beauty? It doesn't have to be from our era.
Just a female celebrity that I think is a staple. It's a tough one. There's so many women, so many timeless women, but I'm not really on the celebrities like that. Probably like a Nina Simone.
Okay. Okay.
I just like how she was, she was an authentic black woman. She was a beautiful black woman. She wore her natural hair. I just think that there's a lot of beauty there. I think when you get back to your natural roots, you're more and more beautiful.
Right. We realized Mr. Rob Robinson was a troll. He put up the cheese signs and stuff like that. This is what I'm saying. People are really, that probably was E20 who had to get off his thing just to do this. But we just realized in the day when you're losing, you're losing. Jen had 28 people watching her. He had 60 at best. What Mr. Real Estate gets from the show, he takes over. The crowd follows him. We had 132, 31. Like, come on, like this is not a fluke.
This is literally double what Hooked on Phonics was getting.
Yeah, this is not a fucking fluke, right? This is not a fluke. And like at the end of the day, Mr. Receipts, I have asked him for receipts. I'm not here to play with him. I'm not here to be his friend. I'm here to make sure that we are supporting someone who's authentic and who really has our best interests at hand. And he's being transparent. We can't say that about everybody else, right? We cannot say that about anybody else. So I know you have to take a break, right? To switch up.
Yeah.
All right, so
Let me calm down real quick and transition to my.
While you do that, I will play. While you do that, I'm going to play. Hold on, let me see if I have it. The reason why Jen and E Black did a show today, because I called their bluff today. She called your wife ugly. You still did a show with her.
I'll tell you something. I'm different. Like to me, I like to mention them because I'm a sociopath.
Because I'm like, that thing with E Black today, this was the best time of his life. It is motherfucking Christmas. And he is here getting his wife dragged to and fro.
I didn't drag his wife, I dragged him.
No, a lot of people talking about his wife.
Oh, word? Yeah, I was telling him that yeah.
But my point is that this was the best time of his life. It is Christmas. He's on here. Y'all keep mentioning him and mentioning him and mentioning him and talking about. I wouldn't have did that. Block.
Yeah. Oh no, he got blocked. That's why he got timed out. When they realized that they can't communicate in the garden, the worst you could do to people that I could do, and I didn't realize, is block people. They hate that.
I want to know, as a woman, if you are a wife to a man like that, would you respect the way he's moving?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Does your wife even respect the way you're moving?
Yeah, we're talking about the topic today. The topic is therapy session for E Black.
Does your wife respect how you're moving, or does she look at you as the same clown?
Yeah, but she's probably just happy to be in a marriage.
I don't think.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
She don't want her face out there.
Because it's all about options, right? And let's keep it 100. If she was an attractive woman with high self-esteem, she wouldn't be with an E Black. She just wouldn't. She wouldn't be with an E Black. So it's like, listen, don't underestimate how badly women want to be married and say they have a husband. I see it all the time. Okay. So she's probably like, I don't care that he act the fool, long as he keeps saying I'm his wife and he come home to me. I don't care, because the man is a mess. And I'm not saying this to insult, but if you're constantly drinking and smoking, you're always greasy when you're on a panel, you're not right. You're in a chat where a man is insulting your wife over and over and over again, putting pictures up of her, and you stay, there's something wrong with you. That's not an insult. It's the truth. What man would do that? What man in his right mind would stay in a chat while people are dragging his wife, making fun of him, calling him a loser, calling him a bum? What man would stay in a chat for a couple hours? Then you keep timing him out. Then he keeps coming back. That's not normal behavior. So his wife is just like, I don't care what, do your worst. That's my husband. And I got a man when I get in bed tonight. I don't care. Like, some women just want to be married.
That's not sustainable, and it's signs of infidelity. Like, if presented with opportunities, both of them would step outside.
Of course.
See, this is what I'm talking about, Mr. Real Estate. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of people are just living this fake life, and it's crazy. Mr. Real Estate.
Yep.
Did you just hear that?
Nah, you know what? I just now tuned back in.
Okay, let me
what that crazy racist Latina say?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I'm different. Like to me, I like to mention them because I'm a sociopath.
Because I'm like, that thing with E Black today, this was the best time of his life. It is motherfucking Christmas. And he is here getting his wife dragged to and fro.
I didn't drag his wife, I dragged him.
No, a lot of people talking about his wife.
Oh, word? Yeah, I was telling him that yeah.
But my point is that this was the best time of his life. It is Christmas. He's on here. Y'all keep mentioning him and mentioning him and mentioning him and talking about. I wouldn't have did that. Block.
Oh no, he got blocked. That's why he got timed out. When they realized that they can't communicate in the garden, the worst you could do to people that I could do, and I didn't realize, is block people. They hate that.
I want to know, as a woman, if you are a wife to a man like that, would you respect the way he's moving?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Does your wife
anybody's respecting E?
We're talking about the topic today. The topic is therapy session for E Black.
Does your wife respect how you're moving, or does she look at you as the same clown?
Yeah, but she's probably just happy to be in a a
I don't think.
Why would you say that?
Damn. Is that Jen dragging his wife
out there? Because it's all about options, right? And let's keep it 100. If she was an attractive woman with high self-esteem, she wouldn't be with an E-Black.
Oh shit! Oh,
You wouldn't be with an
word.
E-Black. So it's like, listen, don't underestimate how badly women
Wait,
want
hold
to
on.
be
Pause that
married
shit
and
real
say they
quick.
have
Pause
a
that
husband.
shit.
It gets worse.
I heard Jen was on E-Black's stream today.
No, he was on her stream today.
Oh, I wonder if she kept that same energy and made sure that he understood that his wife isn't attractive, and the only reason that she's married to him is because of her lack of options. Kind of like how Rita's not very attractive, and the only reason she's married to Anton was because she, you know, was purchased below MSRP in a war zone of a city named Detroit, Michigan.
Man, I don't get involved in all that, but I want to say one thing. You're definitely right. I could not be on the same panel of a woman that talks about my wife the way Darrell did. Now, Darrell talks about rights, you want to fight Darrell. But when she talks about your wife, you want to do a show with her. That doesn't make sense.
I see it all the time. Okay. So she's probably like, I don't care that he act the fool, long as he keeps saying I'm his wife and he come home to me. I don't care, because the man is a mess. And I'm not saying this to insult, but if you're constantly drinking and smoking, you're always greasy when you're on a panel. You're not right. You're in a chat where a man is insulting your wife over and over and over again, putting pictures up of her, and you stay. There's something wrong with you. That's not an insult. It's the truth. What man would do that?
What man is she referring to who dragged him?
What man
was it,
dragged
Anton
him?
or someone?
He's talking about Darrell. He's talking about the chat. Everybody was dragged, and then I dragged them too. I dragged them that day. I had a whole story about him saying that you. And then what happened is it was a New Year. It was on this Christmas Eve, and then he still came in my chat because he wants attention. He's doing this for attention.
Yeah, he's a little attention whore, I tell you. And it's very interesting because the lead attorney also shades him, rolls his eyes every time he speaks. Anton shades him, always call him stupid, always says he can't read. But now he's letting these people put a battery in his back and allowing him to be used as cannon fodder. And he's cool with it because at least he's getting people to watch him for once.
Yeah, he was neglected.
Would stay in a chat while people are dragging his wife, making fun of him, calling him a loser, calling him a bum. What man would stay in a chat for a couple hours? Then you keep timing him out. Then he keeps coming back. That's not normal behavior. So his wife is just like, I don't care what, do your worst. That's my husband, and I got a man when I get in bed tonight. I don't care. Like, some women just want to be married.
That's not sustainable, and it's signs of infidelity. Like, if presented with opportunities, both of them would step outside.
This is what I'm trying to say. We talked about the fact that she was in the Bay Area, and she only went to meet him in Texas because she couldn't get into law school, and she was feeling a certain way. She ran.
Was it 8 times or 9 times she took the bar exam and failed?
I think it was equal to the amount of times Kennedy failed the bar. See, Kennedy failed the bar 8 or 9 times. She didn't even get into law school 8 or 9 times. This is the sad part. She was depressed, and then she ran to him. This is what I'm just saying. Like, and so when they see, like Chris said, they saw me play this, and then basically, oh, hello? Your device, hello? Oh, he'll come back. They saw me.
I'm here.
Okay. They saw me play this, and they wanted to do, he went on her show anyway to act like that's not true. You can't take back your words that you said. Like I said, Jen was pretty, right? But you said, yeah, pretty for 50. You're right. She's pretty for 50 years old, but she's, you know what I mean? Let's keep it real. So at the end of the day, you gotta tell the truth. You can't take things back.
And honestly, she's only pretty for 50 because so many women nowadays are so overweight and so unattractive. I mean, she's really average.
She's really average. She's average. That's how you're supposed to look if you take care of yourself. She doesn't drink. She works out. That's how you're supposed to look. But at the end of the day, let's be 100% real. She called your wife ugly and desperate, and you still went on her show. You hate me so much. You hate Mr. Real Estate so much. You hate Darrell so much that you will forsake your marriage. You hate her so much. You forgot that her aunt died and you were supposed to grieve, and you still did shit about us. You hate her so much. Even when your aunt died, I said, my condolences, even though I'm still going to get on you, but death is death. You hate me so much. You hate Mr. Real Estate so much. But when Darrell talks about your wife being ugly and not having options, I never said it. you wanna fight him. You wanna fly to New York to fight him. You wanna lie about him being a predator. You should be ashamed of yourself. See, this is what I get. I blame everything that's happening on me. Because today was the first day I got to vet somebody and I realized this person is the real. On YouTube, once again, I just met him on YouTube. I don't know him personally, but on YouTube, he was kind enough to grace our channel and give us his all because he knows his destiny on YouTube. He's gonna have 1 million subscribers. And when they backtrack and they go back and see this interview, they're gonna know that Mr. Real Estate been saying the same thing he's been saying since day one. He's the truth. He's the truth.
And if
So
I'm
what
ever
happens
lying,
is-
I want y'all to hold me accountable.
Hold him accountable. So now, how can you say who watches the Watchmen when he won't allow us to watch him? And he allowed us to do that today. He's a real.
People are watching me and they're making up lies, saying I'm a Mormon, saying my dad's white. We got people watching me and they're not acting fair and non-biased and measured like I am when I watch these people.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Get around that, E Black. She called your wife ugly. She called you greasy, an alcoholic, and you smoke too much. Then she had you on her show. You're stupid. I was stupid before. I used to believe her. I used to rock with her. But you can't make me stupid twice. She's like looking crazy up here. That's why she would never have any good views, unless she's talking about me or the manosphere. I promise you on that. And by the time she ever gets bigger, they're going to cancel her because she said the N-word, and I'm not there to protect her anymore. They only accepted her because of me. And everybody that's accepted her now is because at the end of the day, they want to get with her. But she won't let you get close enough to see her. Because if you did, then you realize how 50 she looks. Let's get that correct.
Her pussy probably loose as hell, like sliding a hot dog down a foyer.
You crazy. But you know what's funny to me is that stop mentioning about me and my father. That's why I want to tell her once again, she can do what she want to do. I can't stop her, but I would advise you to stop mentioning my father and how he left me with Jude and a legacy. Once again, I want to advise you. You should focus.
I wonder if these people know their fathers.
Right, and I want to make sure that I want to know if your father left you anything, and I want to know if you're going to leave yours with anything. See, that's the thing you got to understand. I'm not married. I don't have kids, but I'm not going to be playing when I do. They're going to have something. They're going to have more than me. Or yours going to have that.
And that's part of the reason why I ain't tripping on marriage like that. I mean, I already got a son. I already got legacy. I mean, it is what it is. Whether I get married or not is neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said she's already canceled. You protect her better than Brady's offense. That's a fact. A very offensive line for real. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for you. I'm telling you. And everybody knows it. It's only but a matter of time. And you're going to remember that. But I want to say, let's get back to Mr. Real Estate. Mr. Real Estate, I want to say thank you so much for being on this show. Whoever wants to come on, we got a few minutes left. Come and say your piece. But one thing I'm going to say is we need to stop being around hypocrites. And when I say hypocrites, at the end of the day, people that want to come out their mouth and talk about Mr. Real Estate and talk about the rail, but that woman called your wife ugly. That woman called your wife desperate, and you said no one talks about my wife. You didn't do anything to her. She apologized to you behind scene. No, she embarrassed you in public. So tell her apologize to you in public. And tell the reason why she said it. Because I didn't force her to say that. I didn't know she was going to say that. At the end of the day, please be careful who you're dealing with, who you're messing with, because there's some new bad boys in town.
And this is a PSA on how to properly vet an individual. Put their ass to the fire and see if they hold up and see if they can show receipts. So this is a PSA brought to you by Conversations with King and Mr. Real Estate. Vet your friends.
Right. At the end of the day, we're not supporting anybody unless we vet y'all. I don't care about none of that shit. And if we find something else about y'all after these interviews, we're gonna question y'all again. Because we're not paying anymore. These people are fraudulent. These people are fraudulent. You know, ever since they stopped doing the 30-30, they stopped doing a whole bunch of shit. They have no more content because they don't want to see the numbers when they put a regular show up. They don't want to see those numbers. I did Lapeef and Anton last week just to go through the week because it's my birthday week. But check me out this week. Watch what I do. I started off with an amazing interview with Mr. Real Estate. He's monetized, and he don't need a monetization party because he's going to be bigger than all y'all. None of y'all is going to be bigger than him. I promise y'all that. King Smokehouse. I like that. I like that name, King Smokehouse. No, none of y'all is going to be bigger than him. None of y'all. So next time you come out your mouth, y'all know y'all got two people that's on your ass. Whoever Mr. Real Estate's on, I'm on them too. He passed the vetting process. Whoever Darrell's on, I'm on them too. I'm not playing with anybody anymore. As for Lapeef and Anton, cool. I let it slide for now. But go and check my community tab. I put some receipts with Rana on a community tab about her admitting to the woman that JR was messing with. And I have more of those receipts in the names of those women. And I got it from Rana.
I wonder if Anton Daniels would do this. I wonder if the lead attorney would do this. I wonder if Lapeef Jr. would do this. Would they allow the public to hold them accountable? Would they allow the tough questions to be asked of them? Let the chat ask more questions and answer all of them and provide receipts? Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
Maybe Anton, but the rest, no.
Anton, can you show us receipts of the supposed sneaker business? Or is it really that you're a fucking jive-ass coon that claims black culture is trash? Meanwhile, you live stream and fuck in front of fucking sneakers, and when we question you about it, you try to G-check us and say that you own a sneaker business, a sneaker reselling business. No, nigga, you're an old middle-aged fucking sneakerhead. And guess what? That comes from black culture. But you can say black culture is trash, and this is just one of thousands of hypocrisies. So Mr. Real Estate gonna be banging on his dumbass for a hot minute.
I'm gonna keep real. Anton just got this. I got this when I came home.
I ain't never seen you make a video about your watch, King. I ain't never seen you make a whole video about your watch.
Where's his other watch?
You be dropping thousands on shopping sprees of women. I ain't never seen pictures of you in the mall, videos of you vlogging in the mall, window shopping and shit. I wonder, because people who really have wealth, we hide our wealth. We don't project on the fucking internet.
This is what I'm trying to say, man. Like, people is lying. Please go and look up this Konversations scholarship. Like, I'm a philanthropist. I'm 42 years old. I'm a philanthropist.
Spell that, Eblonix. Spell philanthropist.
I'm really a philanthropist on the low, and I did it with a sustainable business model. I own property, and I use part of the rental income to give back to the community in the form of scholarships. But let's get deeper. Not only do I own these rental properties, right? These buildings, these mixed-use buildings. Mixed use means commercial and residential. That means storefronts and apartments. I keep the rent lower than Section 8 so my people don't get displaced from the community. Do you hear me? The rent is 23 to 25 for a 2-bedroom. I give it away for $1,900 because I don't want my people displaced. I could be making more money and giving out more scholarships, but I don't. You know why? Because I don't want my people to leave the community. So before people ever question me, you can look this up. Y'all want to look up my other records? Y'all want to look at Mr. Real Estate records? They want to look at Darrell's records? But why don't you look at stuff like that? Why don't you look at stuff like that? Why don't you look at
They sure didn't pull my record of me getting my real estate license at 19. They sure didn't pull up that impressing fact. I wonder what they were doing at 19.
Right.
I wonder. What the fuck were they doing at 19?
Right. Because I wasn't doing that at 19. I didn't know what the hell I was. I was in college, I didn't know what I was doing. At the end of the day, come on, let's be honest. Like, what are they doing? Who could say they help the community more than me?
If it was really about the empowerment of our community, then you would be about personal finance and real estate, because everybody needs a house and God ain't making no more land. And if you're a landlord, then you can directly in real time and real world help your community in more ways than one.
And I didn't
instead of talking on the fucking internet.
And I ran for office because I wanted to change the policy. And I also want to be able to make sure that these politicians don't give the wrong developers our land.
Let's talk about it. Now we talking politics. Mr. Real Estate also worked with the Kappa League, who I was affiliated with, to put the first black sheriff of Sacramento, California in office. Oh, wait, there's more. I worked to help Senator Omni Barra get elected. Oh, wait, the story keeps going. So we actually do shit in the real world, create businesses, help our people financially in the political space as well. But these niggas want to come after us. The nerve, the gall. And they got no receipts.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, come on, come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
Not even on our level. And we ain't got to project. I ain't got to live stream from my Cadillac flexing and shit. I don't have to do none of that fuck shit because we can provide substance.
Right, we can. And that's why I'm
He
trying
can
to
sit there on a regular ass phone. I can sit on my regular ass $20 webcam, and we can have much more people watching than them. And we don't need the studio and the lighting and the cameras and the action. We just need us.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like, listen, I made the first youth. Look it up, Solar Pioneers. I made the first youth solar workforce development program in America from my phone. I received federal grants, state grants, as well as silly grants. I had partnerships with CUNY. I had partnerships with the Mayor's Office of Sustainability. This is what I'm saying. Like, let's not go there. Let's not play with me in real time. You want to talk about gang bloods, you want to talk about my fraternity, Kappas, you want to talk about all this stuff, but you're not talking about anything of substance. Talk about Kappas, how much the community work I did, how God right programs I did. Talk
you a Kappa?
Yes, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Oh, shout out to the Kappa. See, I call myself a unofficial Kappa. And the reason why I say that is because in high school, the Kappas in Roseville, California, the Kappas started a high school program where they got all the black kids from these high school. Yeah, that's what it was, the Kappa League. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. And that was part of the Kappa League. But when I joined college, I dropped out to start my real estate business, so I never could pledge and shit. So that's like the only one regret I have in life. Matter of fact, I might go back to school just to like take some courses so I could pledge or some shit, because that is my one regret. But yes, I was part of the Kappa League. We helped put the first black sheriff of Sacramento in office. We worked in Berkeley, did a whole lot of things for the community, and I got great respect for everybody who's a Kappa.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And at the end of the day, let's be serious. I went to Boston College, 2 degrees. Then I went to Columbia University. I did what I did because of greed. I apologize for that. But at the end of the day, it made me who I am, and it made me go into the belly of the beast where I got to see other people, right? I'm one of the few people that can walk both worlds and talk to the kids in my community. Most of them are Crips and GDs, and I'm still on the right side of things, the Bloods and homies, but I want to let them know that this crime shit is corny. What people need to do, right? That's right. She said do alumni chapter, but what people need to do is, and that's why I'm booking Long Island alumni chapter. But what people need to do, right? They need to really, and I repeat, they need to really, really, really tell these gangsters, Bloods, Crips, GDs, Vice Lords, whatever you are, start forming political action committees. Start joining unions and trade and getting your trades. Start owning property in your community, right? Please, because at the end of the day, this gang banging ain't cool. And I'm allowed to say that because I'm one of you. I'm one of you. And I have degrees. I'm part of fraternities. There's no difference from these organizations from y'all. It's just that they're organized and they have better structure. And they want to do positive things in communities. I want all my brothers, all my homies, all the lokes, or everybody to switch up. Switch up before it's too late. And don't mind these people. At one point, I ain't gonna lie to you, I got kind of mad and fessed up because of what he did with the paperwork, and he lied, because I take my credibility seriously. However, I shouldn't have paid mind to that because I know it's not true. But what is true is that I love the streets, because the streets don't love me. I love the kids in the streets, and I want them to get out. I want them to stop hating themselves. I want you to be like Mr. Real Estate and go and get your real estate license at 19 years old. I want you to be as articulate as Mr. Real Estate. I wish I could speak like him. I got all these degrees, and I'm not even a fraction as articulate as he is. And I would love to have that type of ability, because that type of ability can move the world and the nation. When you see someone that's better than you, don't hate on it. Make it inspire you to be greater than that person, or at least come to his level. But also, when you see someone that's better than you, don't be afraid to say, how can I help you be greater? Because that's the person that's going to help you up. And if he doesn't help you up, who cares? You put someone in position that looks like you. You got to make friends before you need them. And at the end of the day,
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one, and that's what we're here for. I'm not here to play with people. I'm 42. What am I doing? I already got my little money. I got my situation set up. It's about to be set up really serious soon, real serious. Mm-hmm. But what happens is, I wish I was 27 again like him, in the stage he's in. But everybody got different strokes. And when the time of his age, I was traveling the world, just trying to find myself. I went to 50 countries. Why don't they bring that up? Bring up my passport stamp.
Damn. See, I'm jealous. I still ain't got my passport. I gotta change that this year.
Yeah, 50 countries. And that's what I'm saying. So when I was in prison, every year I used to put a picture of where I went in front of my cell. And everybody used to walk by and be inspired. You know what I'm saying? So this is what the things I do. And I want everybody to do these things. Everybody, if I never met y'all, I don't know y'all, please take time to go and travel. The last trip I've been to was DR. Before that was Puerto Rico, because I couldn't travel out the country without permission. So they gave permission to go to DR. While I was beefing, and these people were thinking about me. I was in DR catching vitamin D from the sun on a white beach in blue waters, eating good food, drinking mojitos, smoking cohibas. That's what I was doing. And I want everybody to have that type of lifestyle. I'm not out here faking it. I'm living good in a duplex with an orchid behind me. You feel me? An orchid from Thailand. Like, this is like we're different. Me and Mr. Real Estate are different. You're looking at people that's gonna make a change, and we don't gotta lie about anything. You want to go and listen to people that's washed up? Go ahead. You want to go to people that left New York City because they couldn't survive here, because they have a big ass mouth and that wasn't going to be tolerated in my city? You want to listen to people that ran away from New York City because they failed in life?